KGF was the confusion thing. Did you find that on the scene when they're going to unveil the statue and they're putting the piece of the gun together through individual parts of the crowd, but then it turns out everyone has a gun, and then who is this guy who shows up, and who's the statue of? I had to watch that a couple times. I didn't get what was happening.
Yeah, I will admit. And then they cut to it later to explain more, and I'm like, I'm actually confused again. Like, I thought I understood that he was piecing the gun together because he has the gun, or that he had a gun the whole time. Someone else was piecing the gun together. I was like, yeah, there are moments like that do happen from time to time. But then there are also these moments that are, I don't know about you, but I'll see moments and I think this is so smart and good. How did no one in Hollywood ever think of doing this? So, for instance, there's that shot where Rocky is mowing down that police station with that gun. Yeah. And then he leans over with his cigarette and lights it on the heat. And I was like, freaking boss move. Oh my gosh, I love that scene. I was like, I paused it and was just like, how did no one think of doing something like that? Like in all the 80s and 90s movies, there's not a Commando movie where the gun's so hot you don't just light your cigarette. Like, maybe it's been done. I missed it. So,
you know what? If you're able to truly enjoy John Wick, I'm not saying they're the same, but you have to let your mind go a little bit, and like it's a different world. You go into it, people are different, and that adds to it. You have to accept that this is different. Suspend your disbelief and just enjoy what you're watching.
That's a very good example for John Wick, because that definitely is my criticism of the John Wick thing. Because for me, I never got like, why is John Wick such, like, once they did like, we're going to do the third movie, now we're going to do the fourth and the fifth movie. I'm like, okay, I'm not getting why this is such a big deal for me. And then I watch movies like this and I see the criticism. I'm like, okay, well, I don't understand, because half of you people are John Wick people. So you're just really not making any sense, because the suspension of disbelief, because at least John Wick is getting beat up and hurt and nearly dying. It actually wouldn't have survived the first film if he hadn't been saved by someone else a couple times. So I do not have a problem suspending my disbelief. And I mean, that's a part of the process, is you have to give yourself into that action adventure type stuff. So he says, contains a lot of larger than life characters. We do too. We just compartmentalize them as, superheroes and different things like that. And the harder ones to relate to is when it's more of a grounded film. And again, this is bringing up Kaithi, and I do apologize if we're saying that wrong. It's set in like a more grounded real world, but he's taking punches to the face and stuff. So it's so good. We're totally on par. For people that said I wouldn't like it, you're missing our evaluation of how we see things, because I felt like I was watching, Serpico and like a Scarface type trafficking movie with a lot more street crime and stuff like that. I loved it. I thought it was great. So